Black and White Sessions. We are so excited today to have the incredibly talented Reid Bruton.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. I'm thrilled to be here.
I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you.
We were just chatting. Today's my birthday. By the time you see this, it will not be my birthday, but today is my birthday.
And I feel guilty for being here on a birthday.
He feels guilty, and I feel honored that I was serenaded by Reid Bruton on my birthday. So, I'm the lucky one.
Whatever. Thank you.
I really am so glad you're here.
Thank you. Thank you.
And what a talent. I'm kind of overwhelmed a little bit with you because we've had so many singers here, and they've all come from different backgrounds, different genres, areas of music of which they sort of thrive, and areas that they work in most of the time. And, we haven't had a lot of singers that kind of have an opera background.
Yes.
I mean, you and Elin Carlson, of course, it's so great. But,
and Ayanna, too.
And Ayanna, too. Yes, of course. But there's just something to be said about the fact that you can kind of go from this world of etiquette and opera, and, people have a great reverence for it, especially in the music community. A lot of us look at it and go,
oh, yeah. Well, I certainly did. I never felt that I was an opera singer. I was told at an early age, you're an operatic bass, and so I just did what I was told, and I studied that way. But I've always felt like, my true voice, I'm a crooner. I'm just a crooner,
Yeah. So, but it's living in LA has allowed you the luxury, if you will, to be able to kind of go back and forth. You've sung on over 100 films, and worked in television and with characters and this and that. Lots of great opportunities to sing with other very contemporary artists and all of this over your career.
If they need a low note.
If they need a low note, which it's good because you're one of how many would you say?
I don't want to put a number on it, but there's certainly several other guys who can do what I do.
There are several, but not a lot. I'm the one going to say that. There's not a lot of Reids. There's just not. There's a few of them floating around, but there's not this vast pool of 200, I would say.
Well, I'm part Neanderthal, so.
So there it is.
There it is.
But I loved reading. I have a son who's obsessed with Star Wars.
Yeah.
Obsessed. He's 6 years old and obsessed. And so I saw that you had the pleasure of working on the Star Wars Force Awakens soundtrack. Yes. What did you guys do on that?
Well, first I had a call from the contractor who said, we have to put together a choir of low B-flat basses. And that's a really hard thing to do. And without disclosing any more information than that, I'll just say it was just a bass gig, and it was bass heavy, and we got every low bass that we could in town for that gig. It was only a bass gig, and it was a thrill. It was my second time working with John Williams, and it was an honor to be a part of that.
I'm sure, and you'll always have those memories, and your voice will always be on this wonderful piece of work. And and that's not to say, you've sung on so many films that we love. My daughter is obsessed with Frozen. You worked on Frozen. But all of these film soundtracks, I think there's an element to living in LA that if that is something that you are able to get into, it is exciting to see that you've been able to be a part of these things that just continue to last forever to each generation.
That's right. And my nieces, my grandnieces, get to watch this, and they get to know me through my film work. It's a lovely thing. They don't know me so well, but they know my voice.
That's right. Yeah. Which is kind of endearing and unique. Not a lot of people can say that. Yeah. But let's talk about a little bit of your vocal coaching work that you do, because I know you're passionate about it. Yes. You are passionate about vocal health.
Yes.
I know this.
Yes.
I have definitely gotten the what would you say?
Well, I just remember I remember a moment, Keri. You sang with me in a workshop, and I got you to sing in your head voice in a certain kind of way, and you said, "I haven't sung that way in years." And I thought, it's just another part of a woman's voice that I love to explore with women, especially with women who do a lot of belting and mixing, and to go into the head voice. But I'm a classically based technique teacher that is very scientific based, but I try to gear it towards each student. If you're not a technically savvy kind of brain, we'll use imagery and get it that way. But I think vocal health does come from good basic classical technique, and from that I can do a lot of other genres. Now, I am not a pop singer. I'm not doing that, and I don't teach that either. But I have worked with pop singers in getting some vocal health back.
Yeah. And it's really helpful, because for a lot of pop singers, I would say that, you know, with just the time that I was able to work with you, it's nice to have, you know, the opportunity to work with someone coming at it from a different angle and educating you in a way, you know, for me personally, it was educating me in a way that I'd never been educated. Oh. So it's a great, it's a great opportunity for singers to be able to meet you or people like you.
Well, it's like a marathon runner. You know, you can run 100 miles, or you can run 50 miles, or you can 5 miles. And if I can get a voice to stretch for 100 miles in a healthy way, then that 50-mile run is, you know, easier, or 50-yard, whatever. It's just I'm helping you stretch, hopefully.
Yeah.
And you have more access to vocal colors that way.
And longevity. You're helping people find longevity in their voice and their career.
Yeah.
You know, whatever it is maybe that they're trying to do with their voice. And
right.
Isn't that the ultimate goal, that we can continue to keep our gifts and
it
use
is,
them?
Not tire. You know, I know people who go on vocal rest and things like that, and they should for various reasons. Mm-hmm. But I never feel that way. I feel blessed that I never feel tired vocally. I feel tired physically a lot.
Yeah.
But vocally, I'm ready to go. You know, I'm cooking.
One of the things that we talked about a little bit before the interview is the opportunity that you've had to work with Placido Domingo and Dudamel, and you mentioned that you feel like we're in a golden age for the LA opera scene and
for the
just
classical music scene.
All
you know, the
together.
Walt Disney Concert Hall, the Hollywood Bowl, and with these two great icons in music today around, and to be able to work around them, it's just drawing such a magnetic attention to that nucleus, and to be a part of that, blessing.
Yeah,
Blessing.
Yeah. It feels like it feels like all of the work that you've done all of these years. It's like you've kind of come into kind of this perfect storm.
Yeah, all of my little parts have come together and made a great meal for me, and I'm constantly busy and happy to be. You know, I never feel overwhelmed. I feel blessed that I have all these opportunities in different ways to make music, and the nucleus of that being what's happening downtown for me in the classical world.
Well, thank you so much for being here.
It's an honor, a true honor.
Well, and it's an honor for us to have had the opportunity to feature you.
Thank you, thank you.
All right. Have a good day.
Bye. Happy birthday.